Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is halfway through January and I haven't done any of my end of the year videos yet because it has been a very trying beginning of the year. I'll have to do like a life update sometime soon, but as of right now, just know that it was not a good start to the year. So I didn't read for an entire week. I didn't film at all. I ended up just, it was just one of those times, you know what I mean? Okay, but I'm feeling much better and I want to share. And so I have my end of the December, those are the words, December wrap up. I read 9 books in the month of December with 3 rereads. So I'll just do my rereads first. I finished off the War and I read the A Court of Frost and Starlight. And then I also listened to Ready Player One because Ready Player One's one of my favorite books. And I needed something to listen to while I was trying to wind down to sleep. If you don't know, I do 95% of my rereads at night. So if you see, I have a list of rereads every single month, and those are the books that I'm listening to when I'm trying to fall asleep at night. Sometimes I will just blast through them because I can't sleep. Other times it'll take me a month to go through one book. It just kind of depends on how much sleep I'm getting and how fast I'm falling asleep, that kind of thing, and how I'm feeling. So if I am feeling really cruddy, I will go back to the Old Faithfuls, being the series that I will not name. That is one of my favorites and I already own them, so I might as well listen to them, right? But I'll listen to those when I'm not feeling well. So like last week I listened to part of one of those. I don't do it very often, but like this time last year I was really sick and in pain and I was having a surgery, and because of all of that I listened to that series quite a bit just because they're my comfort things that I can do without actually listening too in depth. Some other books, like I'm doing redoing Strange the Dreamer right now, and that one I have to pay a little bit more attention to, so it's taking me a long time to get through it, which is a good thing though, so that way I'll be refreshed and I can maybe finish the duology. That's the whole point of me redoing Strange the Dreamer, is that I want to get to Muse of Nightmares. So these are the books that I read at the end of the year in our December time slot. I think that we had a fairly good month. I don't know if any of these are in the no group. I'll have to check really quick. Okay, so I just went ahead and I looked at the little thing that tells you whether or not I can promote the books. And the funny thing is the first book on the list is one of the no books, but it was kind of a terrible book anyways, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. I almost want to be able to be like, look at the bad book. But the first book on the list, funny enough, I'm not going to mention because of the book ban, but just know that if the book ban stuff ever lifts and I can share it, I don't like it. So, you know, that was one of the most depressing ends to my year, is beginning of reading that book at the end of the year. Yay. Okay, next book on the list, I'm doing this kind of chronologically, is The Love Hypothesis. This one was really cute. I really enjoyed it. I have been hearing tons of things about it. I have the book of the month for the entire series and I wanted to try listening to them, reading them, whatever, because last thing I'm tired of having so many books that are like book of the month books and then never touching them, because that's what I seem to do. I seem to collect these books and then never read them. So I decided to change that and then went on a mild Ali Hazelwood binge. I would highly suggest to not do all these books one right after the other because they are very similar. And I'd heard that they were similar, but I didn't realize just how much they were similar. This one was really good. The next one was Love on the Brain. This one was also really good, just not as good as Love Hypothesis. This one was definitely a good notch down from Love Hypothesis. I don't know how to go about talking about these. I am behind on Star Wars, so I don't know the whole Kylo Ren thing. This one is about a grad student who is fake dating a professor, and it was super cute. This one is like an enemies to lovers. I think they're all enemies-ish. I can't remember. But it's like enemies to lovers. And it was okay. It wasn't very memorable. Honestly, Love Hypothesis was the only one of the group that was like super memorable. This one was fake dating. So she was fake dating his brother, who was on the ACE spectrum and didn't want to be in a relationship and was just fake dating to keep his family from being annoyed. And I thought that was interesting. So the premise behind it was cute, but it was kind of boring for most of the book, but it really like picked up at the end, and I ended up really enjoying the end of the book. So all three of the books were really similar. They're all about women in STEM, which was great. I love that. They're all teeny tiny women with gigantic men. In all ways, apparently. But it was just, they were very similar books. So if you want to read them, go for it. They were cute. I enjoyed all of them. Maybe not read them back to back to back, because I did that and now I'm kind of regretting that decision. All right, the next book I read was a little novella. It was called 8 Winter Nights. It was very cute. It's a Hanukkah story, and I really don't remember much about it. It was just a sweet little novella that I listened to when I was updating my planner. So it was an original free one that I got because I have an Audible account. And I thought, hey, this looks cute. So I listened to it, and it was cute. I just don't remember anything about it besides it was a Hanukkah story. All right. The next book on my list is Wolfsong. I really like TJ Klim. I really didn't care for this book. I have the second one in the series, which is called Raven Song. I don't know if it's worth reading the next one. So please let me know if you think it's worth reading the next one. This was about this boy who was told that he was too big, too stupid to succeed in life. And he believed it for a long time. Everybody kept trying, all of his friends and his family members that cared about him tried telling him differently, but he didn't listen. The words that his father spoke to him as a child were the ones that cemented in his brain, and so he didn't understand there was a difference. It is a wolf story. A wolf pack moves into the house next door and he bonds with them, but you spend most of the book not knowing they're a wolf pack, but you can kind of guess they're a wolf pack just based on the fact that there's a wolf on the front, and then on the back it says he's my pack, my mate, my alpha. It is a love story between the main guy and then one of the wolves. It was cute. The love story was sweet. It was just, there's too much in this book. It's too long. It encompasses most of his life, basically from 12 to like 25. And it's just too much. Too much time skipping, too much detail. It's just too much. I don't understand why this was all one book. When you have literally 4 books to work with in this series, why does all of this have to be in one book? Couldn't you find a better way to do backstory or spread it out differently? Why is it all in one book? And like I said, I love TJ Klune. I just didn't love this, and I didn't hate it. I don't know. I don't know if there is a point to read the next one though. It is an adult book. It reads like a YA. I don't know. All right, the next book I read is The Dare. I'll put it here. This was a one-sitting book. It was a novella, and it was about this girl named Jess who is playing beer pong with, his name's Manson. I kept pronouncing it Mason because I thought it said Mason. So she was playing beer pong with Manson and she loses, and this is the dare that comes from playing the game. And it was hilarious to me. It was very dirty. It's 100% smut. But guess what? I'm reading the next book in this series because that's the prequel to the series. So the series is called Loser, and it's Loser 1 and Loser 2. Apparently Harley LaRoe is a masterful at titling books because, yeah, it's Loser 1 and Loser 2. I am almost done with Loser 1. It's taking me a while because I'm physically reading it, not audiobooking it, and I haven't had a lot of time to read. So now that I have more time to read, hopefully that will change. I am getting close to the end. I'm about 100 pages from the end. But The Dare was fun. There's a lot of trigger warnings in it, so if it's something you're interested in, look at the trigger warnings. The next book I read was The Unmaking of June Farrow. This was really good. I really, really like Adrienne Young. I think that she does a great job with her YA stuff, but I think her adult stuff is leaps and bounds better. So I read all of her books at this point in time, and like I said, her YA stuff is good. It's got good stories, it's got good characters, it meanders a little bit. Some of the sequels, like there's the one sequel where it's like the girl who the ocean gave back, or whatever it's called. Number 2 to that one doesn't really fit very well because it's like from a different point of view, way down the road. It just doesn't feel conducive to be part of a series. And then that same thing happens in her Fable series. Her Fable and Namesake were great. And then the third one was weird. Saint was better because Saint was not supposed to be part of the same story, but some of them are. It was just, she's a good writer, but she's kind of inconsistent with her stories. Some of them are amazing and some of them are just good. They're okay. I liked them. I have no real complaints. So she is an auto-buy author for me because I've liked most of her stuff, but her adult stuff is fabulous. The last one she did was Rules for Forgetting or something like that. I can't remember what the name of it is. I can put it here so you can see it. I read it a few months back and I really enjoyed it. This one was so good. This one is about June Farrow, who believes that every female in her family is crazy and that there's a long history of the craziness. And she's starting to freak out because she's starting to show symptoms of this insanity, and it's really scaring her until she finds out why. Her grandmother leaves her clues and tells her to be able to figure out what's going on. It takes a very interesting twist, and I don't want to share the twist because I feel like that's part of the fun, but the door does matter, so pay attention to the door. It was really, really good. Potentially one of my favorite books of the year. And then I finished out the year with something cute and fluffy. I did Bookshops and Bone Dust. This is the prequel to Legends and Lattes, and it is read by Travis. He is a audiobook narrator and he narrates his own audiobooks. They're super cozy, they're super sweet, they're a lot of fun, and I very much enjoyed both pieces of this book. I would read Legends and Lattes first before reading this one, just because Legends and Lattes in a weird way gives backstory to the stuff in this book, and the epilogue in this book is after Legends and Lattes. So between the two factors, I would definitely do Legends and Lattes first before I did this one, if you haven't read either. So in this case, I would say read the prequel second. But that being said, it's really sweet. It's about Viv, the orc who opens her coffee shop in the first one. This is about how she starts thinking about her coffee shop. This is where a lot of the inspiration for her coffee shop comes from. It's not the coffee itself, it's the community. So she is fatally injured and has to take some time to recover. And while she's recovering, she's in a small town, and she sees what small town life is like. She sees what a community is like and what friends are like. And it was all around a really, really cute story. So definitely a book that I would highly recommend people get. So that is everything that I read in the month of December. I think overall it was a pretty good month. I think I'm getting better at picking books that I like. Not great, but I'm getting better. To be fair, the book at the beginning that I didn't like at all, that I couldn't show you about, wasn't even picked out by me. Nikki was like, oh, I heard great things about this, and a lot of people liked it. I just really, really didn't. And if you're curious what it was, I'll message me privately and I will tell you what book it was that I didn't like. And then, you know, maybe someday when this stuff all lifts, I can actually promote it as being too insta-love and stupid. Okay. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I do have one more video to film today, and that will be my year-end review. Hopefully I can still find all of the stuff that I had found, like all the websites compiled these big lists of like your year-end review, and hopefully I can still find all those because I had them 2 weeks ago when I planned on starting this video. But anyways, I'm gonna let you go for now, and I will hopefully see you for a year in review. And if not, you'll at least get my favorites of each month and my top favorite of the year. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.